So the first thing you're going to want to do with your highly questionable Chinese guitar neck is you're going to have to make sure it's straight. This is a notch straight edge that you can get at any luthier shop or from Amazon. And what this thing does is those notches go around the frets, right? And you look for light underneath to see if the neck has a bow in it, all the way down. I can feel there's a little bit of a bow, right? And the bow is in the middle, which means that truss rod is tight. And that's normal because they preload these, because when you put guitar strings on there, it's going to straighten out. The tension will straighten it out. So I know that that bit of play that I have with no load on it is just right. And then I'll also check the heights of the fret wire. I have the same amount of wiggle. So I'm happy with that. That means that, like I said, the middle of the neck has a little bit of a bow because there's a rod down in there. It's called the truss rod. And there's an Allen screw, and it goes all the way down the back of the neck into the bottom. And there's a keeper down here. And when you tighten that, it puts a tiny bow in the front of the middle of the neck to compensate for the strings pulling on it. Otherwise, it's going to bow up and you won't be able to play it. So it's preloaded. I'm happy with that, surprisingly, for an $80 neck. I found the bow was consistent and it was the right amount for what I'm doing. And once I load the strings in there and put this under tension, it's going to compensate for that. If I need to make adjustments, I can do that here. The spacing underneath was equal. I ran little, couldn't do it on camera. Ran little shims underneath it. These frets are sharp, and it's $80. So I'm gonna run some steel wool up and down those to get some of that sharp edge off of them. I don't know what kind of fret wire they use. It says stainless, and to be honest with you, it really does look like it's stainless, which is shocking for $80 and roasted maple. I was skeptical. Thought maybe they dyed it, but the color's consistent, so we'll find out as I go. So far the $80 Amazon neck is going to be fine. I'm just going to buff these down a little bit because it is kind of sharp. And all I do is I take steel wool and I slide it up and down. I have some fret files I can dress the ends if I need to, but they feel dressed, they just haven't been buffed out. The edges are still really new and sharp right there. And so yeah, that's the next real step, is to make sure you have a straight neck. And from here, I'll leave the neck alone and I'm gonna focus on the body. And I gotta get the bridge located. They have the through the body, strings, and it's set up for string ferrules on the back. Don't trust this at all. So I'm gonna mount the neck to it and I'm gonna run some string all the way from the nut down to the bridge. I'll go ahead and bolt that in. And I'm gonna run string from the slots in the nut down to where the bridge is, and I'm gonna look at the string to see if it's in the proper place on the neck. Because if that bridge is off even a little bit, the string's gonna wanna hang off the edge this way, or that one's gonna wanna hang off that way. It's an imported body, it's an imported neck. If you bought a Fender or a Warmoth or any of those higher grade bodies, the body alone is going to cost you probably close to $700 for a finished body, and probably the same for the neck. I'm into this for $1.50. So these things are I know what I'm getting into. I've worked with these bodies before, and the one I had before, I had to relocate all of these holes, and it was kind of a pain in the ass, but we'll make it work, and I'll walk you through that next.